Consider the server utilization in case of G/G/1 queues. So here G represents the general system, and where 1 is going to represent a single server system, and later the values that is n and k values will be infinity, so we neglect that particular value. So consider such a system with the general system, and it should be a single server system. So if that is the case, what we can write for the server utilization? So server utilization is represented with rho symbol. So in general, for a single server queue, we can write rho is equal to lambda into ES, where ES is going to represent the average system time. So average system time, or ES, is equal to 1 by mu. So if you substitute that particular formula here, that is rho is equal to lambda into ES. So if you substitute that is equal to lambda divided by mu. So for a single server queue to be stable, what is the value of rho? Rho should be less than 1, and rho is also equal to lambda divided by mu. So what is lambda? Lambda here is arrival rate, mu here is the service rate. For example, I take here lambda is equal to 5, mu as value 10. So what is the answer? Server utilization value is equal to 0.5, which is less than 1. So another example we are going to take for an unstable queue. So here, for example, to be a queue in an unstable manner, lambda value should be greater than mu. Okay, for example, lambda value I take it as 9, mu value I take it as 3. So arrival rate is more than the service rate. If that is the case, so after few time the server will become totally busy, and the queue will grow into a larger line or an infinite line. So that time L value will be equal to infinity, and therefore for the long run measures of performance, we don't consider this unstable queues. Okay, measurement of the performance of unstable queue is meaningless. So this is the main formula here, that is rho is equal to lambda divided by mu. So using this we can calculate the server utilization of any kind of queue. It may be a single server stable queue or an unstable queue. So consider next queue, that is GGC queue. So here a system with C identical servers in parallel are considered. So C here represents the number of servers. So you have here identical servers in parallel. Okay, so C can be any number of servers. So if an arriving customer finds more than one server idle, the customer chooses a server without favoring any particular server. So for a system in statistical equilibrium, the average number of busy servers is given by LS. So LS is equal to lambda into ES. So that is equal to lambda divided by mu. Why? Because ES is equal to 1 by mu, or mu inverse we say. So that's why if you substitute that, lambda into ES is equal to lambda divided by mu. So the long run average server utilization can be calculated as rho is equal to LS divided by C. So if you substitute LS here, that is lambda divided by mu, and C divided by C you have here, so into C. So that is lambda divided by C into mu, where lambda is less than C into mu for stable system. So to be a stable system, lambda value should be less than C into mu value. That means arrival rate should be less than C mu value. So for example, you can consider an example. Customers, they arrive to a particular license bureau at a rate of lambda is equal to 50 customers per hour. So currently, if there are 20 clerks serving mu is equal to 5 customers per hour on the average, how can you calculate the average server utilization? So that can be calculated as rho is equal to lambda divided by c into mu. So lambda here is, in that particular example, 50 divided by 20 into 5, so that will be equal to 0.5. so server utilization is rho is equal to 0.5. so using that rho value, you can calculate the average number of busy servers. So what is the average number of busy servers? That is ls. Ls is equal to lambda divided by mu. So you get it as 50 divided by 5, so that is equal to 10. So that means out of 20 servers, only 10 are busy. You can understand from that particular problem. Server utilization and system performance. System performance varies widely for a given utilization row. So for example, if you consider a deterministic queue, so here I have represented d/d/1. That means instead of writing a here, I have written d. Instead of writing b here, I have written d again. That means first d represents the deterministic arrival, whereas second d represents this deterministic service time. Okay, and one server, for example, you can take a particular example here, that is a physician. Consider a physician. He has a clinic and every patient arrives to the particular clinic at every 10 minutes, and he spends the service time else is equal to 5 minutes. For each of the patients he serves only 5 minutes, and he has already given the time, scheduled time, that is every 10 minutes patient has to arrive to the particular clinic. Okay, so this is deterministic already. If there is a deterministic queue, there won't be any kind of line or queue that is going to arrive in a system. So that is deterministic. So here I represent dd1 queue, where E of A is equal to 1 by lambda and E of S is equal to 1 by mu. So if I represent that, you can write the system server utilization as rho is equal to lambda divided by mu. Okay, and W is equal to E of S. So E of S that is equal to again 1 by mu, and LQ and WQ is be equal to 0. That means what? There is no waiting line. Okay, LQ and both WQ will be equal to 0, because already you know that particular patient comes at the right time. Okay, and the service time also is being scheduled already 5 minutes, so there is no chance of having a queue there. So that's why LQ and WQ value is equal to 0. So by varying the lambda and mu value, the server utilization can assume any value between 0 and 1. So this particular example you can see in your textbook, that is in page number 192 and figure 6.10. You can see the deterministic queue, where you can see that lambda 2 into lambda inverse, 3 into lambda inverse, and 4 into lambda inverse shows the time, and LT also represents the total number of customers in the system. So every time there is only one customer in the system. That means there is no chance of queue. Since there is no chance of queue here, there will be every time there will be only one customer in the system. So that is LT. You can see that LT is equal to 1 there in the figure. In general, variability of inter-arrival and service time causes the lines to fluctuate in the length. So if there is any possibility of, so if there is variability in inter-arrival time, maybe think that the customer or the patient does not arrive to the particular physician at the scheduled time. He comes late. That time the inter-arrival time varies. Okay, actually in deterministic system the inter-arrival times are also fixed. But suppose the doctor arrives late, patient arrives late, the inter-arrival time between the customers may change, so that may vary there. Again, the service time also may it